This is Designed Happy, the podcast where we talk about the human side of home design, remodeling, and new construction. I'm Katie.
And I'm TJ, and today we're going back in time to our first guest episode featuring my radiant and beautiful wife, Kat, and how she wanted to design around this.
Oh, I thought we were...
Oh, wait. And,
Let's try it again.
and how she wanted to Oh, at the same time.
Together.
Amazing.
We'll fix it in post.
We won't.
No. She wanted to design around this. Good job. Kat was our first guest on the pod. Now that we've done this for a bit also, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm calling it the pod.
Because we're cool like that.
We're on a nickname basis now with our podcast. Yeah. Has she recovered? Has she how is fame for her? How is she adjusting?
She handles it well. It suits her.
Yes, it does. In the best way. Yeah. That takes some guts to be the first guest. I mean, she was unfazed. She was ready. And that's as I think of it now, I'm like, that she was incredibly trusting of us.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, like you, she's obviously trusting of. Me, and she actually listened to the podcast. She knows how off the rails I get. So I appreciate it. Yeah. But she mentioned something in her episode.
Yes.
That we didn't dive into then, but I mean, in this way, about designing your kitchen around the sink that she wanted.
Yeah. Yes. The whole kit. She said, "This is the sink we're getting, guy. Like, this is it.
Hey, you.
Make it work." Whole kitchen revolves around the sink.
What was...
Okay.
What was so special about the sink? Why this sink?
So she has loved farmhouse sinks before they were trendy. She's just always loved a farmhouse sink. So it's technically called an apron front sink.
Okay.
And we'll talk about the specifics of product in a future episode. I feel like we did the fit score, and now we're just going to tease these future episodes where we were teasing the fit score forever, and now it'll be 20 more episodes of teasing before we can.
Everyone listening is like, we don't feel teased. We really, apron front sinks. Like no one has a countdown going to.
But listen, let me tell you why they should. Because there are choices that are totally going to affect the way your kitchen looks. Because you can get a farmhouse sink or an apron front sink. Technically, they both have an apron because you can see the white on the front, or maybe it's stainless steel, or maybe it's stone, or there's lots of kinds now. But there's a thickness involved that you need to consider. And there's a relationship between that thickness and the cabinet it sits in. These are all very important decisions, Katie.
Save it for the episode.
But
don't give it all away for free.
But Kat likes this very specific farmhouse sink.
Okay.
It's huge, and it's fire clay, which is different than cast iron, and it's thin, which is different than... So they're this very specific sink.
I'm already thinking about this episode totally differently. As you've shared those, I'm like, I want that sink. But this idea of designing a home, building a home, or a room, a space around an element in the space is so helpful to me as someone who approaches like, to zoom out a bit, approaches everything with like kind of like the scene in Apollo 13 that's like, we only have a tissue box, some duct tape, and this filter. Make it work. Like, save these people. Have I referenced that already
I don't
on
think
the
so.
pod?
No.
Oh, good. Get ready. Teaser. It's going to happen a lot. It's like the only reference I have. But I approach so much like we have limited time and space. Let's make it work. And people are like, you're an adult who can go to the store. I don't know why you're not just going and getting what. So to think of like when we have moved, it's always this process of what's going to fit in the space we have? How do we make it work in the space we have? And to think of it in from this other side of how do you make the space work for the thing that really matters to you?
Mm-hmm.
Which sounds like first step there is figure out what really matters to you. Um, any any background or detail into like how did Cat should we just bring Cat in
Yeah.
again? Like how she knew that she wanted this sink.
I wish I knew, but
Okay.
I don't. I don't. She just told me when we remodeled our kitchen for the first time in our first house. She was like, "This is
Yeah.
the sink we're gonna have." I'm
Because
like, all
she's
right,
just a
okay,
lady who knows. She knows what she wants. And she wanted
yeah.
that sink.
This is the sink. Okay, okay, no problem. Okay.
Wait, can you do it with the updated accent?
I don't. I can't. I really have to think about it. I have to say that that specific. Do you do like?
Do I do accents?
But like to get into an accent.
Oh, you
Uh,
have to say the phrase. You have to say the
Yeah, like if I
which
was gonna do a Scottish accent, I have to be Merida from that what was that animated movie?
yeah,
Brave?
Brave. I
Yeah,
was like William Wallace? Is
from
that who it
Braveheart.
is? Yeah. We went in very different directions with that. Yeah, Merida.
Moving on.
Moving way on. Moving away from wherever we are going. How so okay, as like I live in the Apollo 13 framework.
Yeah.
How often is this a thing that people is everyone doing this in their homes? Do you have a lot of clients who are like asking for things to be designed around?
So when I think it's happens a lot more in the kind of work that we do.
Mm.
Like we just had an episode about custom versus custom, and when you're doing custom,
I'm gonna need you to
right?
focus,
Yeah.
TJ.
when
Every
you're when you're doing bespoke work,
yeah.
people want what they want. And sometimes that is experiential. What does it feel like to walk from here to there?
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like over the years, we've accumulated things, and those things mean something to us. And we either want to design a room or a space or a wall or a whole
That's right.
house. This is the starting place. So yeah, I mean, it happens.
So
Not
I
it's
want
not every project, but yeah. What do you want?
stories. I think our audience wants stories too.
Okay.
Give us the goods. Give us
Okay.
stories. What have you and I want examples. I want helpful educational examples, but I'd also like some crazy stuff. I want to
Okay. Well, I will not opine about what is crazy or not. Actually, one of these, like you see the list. We make notes, so
Well, to be
you
honest,
don't know the story. You
I
don't know the
haven't
stories,
read through
but
the entire
um,
list.
well, I left the crazy one for the end. So the last one is
Oh.
crazy.
Oh,
uh,
please make sure we get to that. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Uh,
Okay, so we have a client now. I won't say her name, and we're designing a bespoke home
but
for
she's
her. And
delightful and
oh,
lovely.
I love her so much. She's great,
Yeah.
and she's very worldly. Has traveled all over the place. So there was one specific thing that you know about that you had asked for the story of, but there are actually several things. So I'm going to butcher this. I'm going to say the thing. I don't know the correct pronunciation.
But
So
you have tried,
I
and you know this might be wrong.
I know and she told me, and I can't, I don't remember. So
Yeah.
I don't
Yep.
feel great about not remembering. I went to YouTube and tried to hear a pronunciation of it, and there were several different ones. So
Yes.
they so the word is what's
I
you're
was going to say, if our
uh,
listeners would like to comment or call in, and
yeah,
let us know.
call the hotline.
Yeah, the right, the relevant and appropriate pronunciation, we are open to that.
Yeah, so it's Wayang
Hmm.
dolls, and again, I'm sorry. I know that's so. I'm going to take us down a rabbit
Keep
hole here.
going, TJ. Keep.
there's a there's a there's a really good stand-up comedy bit about I wish I knew the comic, but he was a waiter and he was working in a fancy restaurant, and there was a fancy lady that he was serving at this restaurant, and
Oh.
at the end of the meal she asked for an affogato, and he was like, I don't know what that is, but I feel like I'm supposed to know what that is. So he went into the kitchen and he asked the chef to cut an avocado in half. And then and then he came to the table and gave this woman the avocado, and she just looked at him and said, "No." No, that's
Which, for anyone not aware, an affogato
yes.
is a coffee,
Yeah.
correct?
With I think it's with ice cream. Like
Yes.
espresso over ice cream,
It is
something
an
like that.
adult milkshake. It's an adult
Yeah.
float. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Oh my
that's what
gosh, we are.
I am imagining when I say this word, that woman at the table is staring at an avocado being like, "No, no.
No.
Nope, that's not right. Go go back into the kitchen and try again." Anyway.
But you know. Okay.
Anyway,
But
um,
these are what are these?
they're
Now you're like,
they're
please don't
they're
make me define
yeah.
it.
Yeah. Thanks for digging me a deeper hole, Katie. They're like Indonesian dolls, puppets, to put on shows. So she has these from her travels, and she wants a place to display them.
Yeah.
So as we were designing this house, we're like, okay, where do these go? How do they go on the wall? How big does the wall need to be? How many are there that we wanted to do we want them to be in a row, and then a door, and then more in a row, or do you want all of them together? And then she also has a really long scroll. I think it's a cat scroll.
Mm.
So we're like, okay, where's the scroll gonna go? So like she wants it to be prominent, but
Hmm.
not like right in your face. So it's gonna go like on the stairs where there's a tall wall.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's this idea of, and we actually have another client who's designing a bespoke house who has a lot of art. They've acquired a lot of art over the years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what I asked them to do is take a picture of where it's hanging in their current house. And they sent me the pictures, and then they were like, this is the size of all of it. So what we'll actually do is put it in the 3D model, and then we can
That's what.
move it around to different walls and say, how does it look here? How does it look there? This one can't have direct natural light on it, so let's move it to an interior wall. Once it's on the interior wall, do we want to move around doors a little bit to frame the art differently?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was curious how this comes into like the real time design and getting to i- if it's more than just like stairs, if it is with items like this, if you're like, I will put in the Wayang dolls, I will put in the art. Um, if you then have to spend time actually drawing those up. Um, no, you just take a picture, right? And pull it.
So the process I figured out a long time ago was we can make a custom material.
Uh-huh.
So basically, I take a picture and then I Photoshop the picture, and then after it's photoshopped, I create a custom material and then apply it to basically a square or a rectangle that's the correct size. And then once it's there, we can move it around, and it looks like it's actually their art. People get a kick out of it. It's fun. So
That's the fun part.
art's a big
Art,
one. Art's a
that
big
makes
one.
sense. Um, Now that I am reading the list, grand piano is
Yeah.
next.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's been
instruments.
yeah, there's been a couple. Well, grand pianos are big. So
They're
I don't,
grand.
yeah, I don't know if you've heard, but yeah.
Mhm. Yes. Baby grands are not as big.
Hmm.
They're I don't know. Keep going. Pick it up, TJ.
But there's been a couple of grand pianos where it's like, okay, we have this piano, we play it all the time, we love it, we spent quite a bit of money on it. They're not an inexpensive instrument,
Yeah.
and we need to make sure, one, it's in a place where we can see it all the time because we love how it looks. Two, it's got the right space around it to be able to like open up the lid, open up the front of it, service it, the tune it, the way all of that stuff. Um, some people no.
Do not go slip into an act. I'm pulling you back. Well, no, that's I'm sorry. I'm over here like wait, I actually think I've underestimated how big a grand piano
It's
is,
huge.
but also acoustically,
Yeah.
thinking about it, yeah.
Yes, so one time we designed what our client called a listening room. He was really big into
Yes.
what's the right word? He was an audiophile. Like
Okay.
he had unbelievable speakers and a
MP3
whole
or
he was playing it from his iPod. Um,
go.
but you know the acoustics for some people do play a really big role
Yes.
um,
Yes.
in the whole deal.
And they don't
So
just want
that's
to
on a
they've decided like their aesthetic is not putting foam up on the walls. So, okay, that's the
uh,
grand piano.
so that's a big scale. A much smaller scale is we've done a remodel where we designed it around decorative plates. So this woman
Love
had a
it.
collection of plates,
Mhm.
like collectors plates, and some of them she wanted displayed on the wall. Like if you've ever seen the plate holders.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, TJ, I have 2 plates displayed in my kitchen. So
What?
yeah. So, no, we're in my wheelhouse.
Well, what are tell us about give us 30 seconds on the plates, Katie. What kind of plates do you have?
They're blue and white. They're
Okay, give us 5 seconds on the
they're
plates.
the kind. They're blue and white. I was gonna collect more and then I didn't. Oh. Actually, no, I will give like this is a happy home story, but not the
Yeah.
kind of um I grew up spending time in Orleans, Cape Cod in um my aunts, my
Uh-huh.
aunt and uncle's um home there. They were gracious enough to like let us come visit and um yeah, so I have like really fond memories of this home in my life and it has oh my gosh, the style of plate is escaping me right now, but like the blue and white decorative plates that have a year on them. Um and the last time I went up to visit, uh we ended up talking about how like these are a part of the home that I always remember. And then they, for Christmas, sent me one of them.
Oh,
And
isn't
they
that so
sent,
thoughtful?
yeah, and they sent Zoe one of them. Zoe's my kid. And so I was like, I'm going to be a plate collector now. And I put these 2 plates up, and that was it. That was the end of my, but I have a whole box of plate holders. If anybody needs some,
Okay.
I
Well, that's
was gonna be a collector.
aspirational. Maybe you still will
Aspirational.
be.
One
Yeah.
day I will design a space around the 2 plates that I have. But I have another aunt who does have a lot of collector plates and has them displayed really artistically. Um, so I'm curious how you design a space with these in mind, because she just used a big open wall.
It was more fitting them on small walls, just the way the space worked out. So when we were
Okay.
laying out this kitchen, there was a lot of windows, so there wasn't a lot of wall space. So we left some spaces where the wall cabinets were to like
Okay.
show a plate over here or over there. And then like if you imagine like a cottage kitchen, under the wall cabinets, there's a plate rack
Yeah.
where the plates go in like records.
Mhm.
That we did that too in there. So there were some that she wanted to see the front of.
But did you make that sound when you did it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Just
Yeah.
checking.
Yep. I said, "Hey, listen, this is what they're gonna," and she's like, "Okay, I
She's like,
accept."
got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So there was like storage for them as well? Is that what you're I
Yeah,
lost the thread.
she wanted them displayed different ways.
Yeah.
So some of the display was designed into the cabinetry.
Yeah.
So that was bespoke. If we go back to the last um episode, we drew it and then it got built.
Hmm.
She got exactly what she wanted it to look like. So some of them were sideways. It was like a collection. So she had like, I forget what it was, like 10 on one side of the sink and 10 on the other side of the sink. And it was a group of 10 and a group of 10.
Okay. Yeah.
So like those were like 2 different collections on each side of the sink. And then there were a couple one-offs that she wanted to see the front of that we
Oh, that's
found
really
the
cool.
spots for.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Okay. Great example. Physical garden story.
Garden story. We had a client a couple years ago who loved to garden. She loves her garden, but they have a walkout basement.
Mhm.
So when she's on the main floor of the house with normal height windows, like if you imagine the height of the bottom of the window, it's like under her hip.
Okay.
Like it was
Yeah.
hard to see down into the garden. So what we designed was an air quotes sunroom. It was a bedroom that they didn't use.
Yeah.
It was more like a sitting room, but it was like a garden view room.
Oh.
So what we did was it was like a bump out that was 4 feet. It wasn't very deep, and it was the whole width of the room. And what it got her was floor to ceiling windows essentially. So when
Yeah.
she was in there, she had a like a wasn't quite 360-degree view of the garden that she liked to take care of and see. And then from one side, we put a door and then a catwalk to the deck with the stairs down to the garden. So she could be in
Very
that
cool.
room and see the
Yeah.
garden she loves so much. And then if she wanted to be in the garden, there was sort of direct access since there was a door to the steps down to grade. So like the experience of interacting with the garden was what drove that project.
That's what I was going to ask, if that falls more into the like presentation category or the experiential category, because it's like being able to see your garden,
Hmm.
but also there's an experience of that. And it sounds like there's some function in it as well.
Yeah, she just didn't she wasn't able to see it as often as she wanted to see it. So the big windows and She likes to read, so it was like there were bookcases in there. So it was like going to be her room where she would drink tea and read books and look at her garden.
Yeah.
Um, so it was,
The
yeah, it was
dream, or
right.
my dream at least. Love it.
There were a couple of family members that we've designed around. That's what's coming next
Yeah, I
on,
was like,
on
dude, it's like
the
your
so
mom.
yeah, so we have a bespoke house we're designing right now, and it's a husband and wife that are designing the house, and his mom is going to live with them,
Yeah.
and uh, there's a lot of thought into we want mom to feel like she's independent and has her own space, and we love her, but we don't want to see her every day, and she doesn't want
Hmm.
to see us every day. So it's like
Mm, that's
w-
love.
so
I mean
we're
that.
uh,
That's,
so like she like it needs to almost be like an apartment. It's not legally an apartment.
yeah.
Um, but luckily she doesn't cook a lot, and that's normally the delineation between what's called an accessory dwelling unit. Like, can somebody like rent this and live in here?
Right.
If there's not cooking, then it's not considered a legal apartment. So it's just shy of being a legal apartment because there's not going to be like a cooktop or a range in
Yeah.
there. But she's going to have her own laundry. She's going to have
For
like
anyone
easy.
permit related who's listening, there's
Oh, that's
no kitchen, there's no
uh,
cooktop, there's no.
you know, you're joking, but we're literally going to write that on the permit set when we get to it because we don't want there to be a question. Because
Because that's
it's a whole can of worms.
the kind of service we provide here at Design Happy. Okay.
So this whole thing
Yeah.
was designed like they have their spaces, and there's a kid, and the kid needs his spaces, and there's like public space. But really, the driver for this is mom needs a space where like we can all be together when we choose to be together.
Mhm.
Not
Mhm.
We don't want to be forced to be together.
Well, whether it is actual human beings or items collected, like, items, the it sounds like the follow-up question in both of those is it's not, it doesn't end with we need space for this. You then have to get into the customization of it, the bespoke elements of it. Like, what is the relationship? Who else is in the home? What are the needs? What is it that you want, um, with what you are displaying? How do you want it seen? What is the meaning around that? How do you, how do you want to be able to, I don't know, actually take down or use what is being displayed? So it's like,
Hmm.
I hear there, it's like, okay, that's a great starting point. And then we have all these other conversations to have about it that'll inform
Yeah.
how we design around it.
And going back to the plates is like, are there going to be more plates in the future that we need to consider? Like, you have
Yeah.
10 of each of these now. Do we want to plan for 12 on each side? Or like you have all of these unused plate display racks, whatever they are. Um,
I do. Yeah.
right? Like if you were doing it, would you design for the two plates you have, or would you design for eight plates in that's part of the consideration
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah. Another family member one, another multi-generational house story.
Yeah.
So this was an addition project, and it was the grandpa's house. There's a very interesting dynamic. It was the grandpa's house, and the granddaughter and her husband were going to inherit the house.
Okay.
So we were designing it's a one-story house with a basement. So the project was to add a second story. That was going to be the granddaughter and her husband were going to live upstairs.
Okay.
But in the short term, we really wanted to be mindful of the grandpa's experience in the
Yeah.
house. And so we really designed a lot around him first, even though it wasn't like he was never really going to go upstairs.
Hmm.
But spent a lot of and there was some cultural, like, deferential stuff
Yeah.
to him, which was
Yeah.
great. It was very sweet.
But
And
it's this it sounds like it it also shows in designing around things, you have to look at the connections to other things because then it kind of orders
it does, yeah,
how you design. Okay.
faux sure. Okay, let's see. Another one, we've talked about the green stone recently.
Mhm. Yeah. I'm
So
excited about this one.
we had a client that wanted to start their project with inspiration from Steve Martin's apartment in Only Murders in the Building. They love color a lot. They told me white kitchens are fine for other people, but not for us. So that
So cool.
it was sort of they were like, we don't want to copy this. Like we don't want this exact thing, but like use this as the jumping off point for what our style is.
Yeah.
So that was a
Which
super
is
fun
kind of
one.
it's a design around, it's a design as, it's coming in with something that isn't an item or a person and saying
Mhm.
like this is the priority here. Um, are we at 2 toilets yet?
Right. Yes,
Real
yeah.
quick. I know we gotta wrap this up, but we need to what? Tell us the note on the outline, folks, is 2 toilets. That's all.
Um,
Take it
y
away, TJ.
so this has happened twice. Um, details are different. I learn a lot about people when we're doing this bespoke work. You have to.
Yeah.
So there were 2 projects and the results were different. One is more easy to understand than the other, I think.
Okay.
So pretty big houses, pretty big primary suites, and people said, "Okay, we need 2 bathrooms in the primary suite, or two toilets in the primary suite." And I took that to mean 2 water closets, so like a toilet in a room behind a door. And for one of the people, they were like, "Yeah, perfect." Right? So and like they made a joke, it was like, "That's how we're gonna stay married for so long." Right? So like,
Har har.
yeah. Right? So like they each have their own toilet rooms and that's it.
They lived happily ever after. Great.
The other one, I wrongfully assumed that they meant
Mm,
2 water closets, and they were like, "Actually, what we mean, um, are 2 toilets," and they were like, "You know when there's like a toilet and a bidet and they're next to one another?" I was like, "Yeah." They were like that, but 2 toilets." I was like, "Okay, you got it." That is so we designed the bathroom
yeah.
around 2 toilets.
And they lived happily ever after.
They sure did.
Yeah. That sounds like it's one of those that puts you on the line between could we have a conversation about functionality? And I respect your personal preferences and choices. It's great. Okay. Well, I guess that's it for today. I think yeah, I don't even want to ask this because I know the disappointing answer is like, it depends. Um, if there are items, if there are things people bring in that you that you're like, it is a not a smart idea to design around this.
No, I don't know. I don't. If there is, I haven't come across it yet. I don't, I'm.
Yet. Okay.
Let's. Yeah. I'll report back.
I'm trying
I.
to I'm
I mean, it would be
I
a
had
fun
some
story.
well, I had something in mind when I wrote about it that I wonder if people are like, "No, definitely do this." And you're like, "You are gonna no, don't do this." But I can't think of it right now. The 2 toilets really has thrown me. I've got my brain is gone. I'm gonna be thinking about that for a long time. Yeah. Oh gosh. Anything you want people to know about when they are designing around items and or people?
I no, I think we've done enough.
I think we've done enough. I think we've done enough here. Fantastic. Okay. Um well, if that's it, then thanks for listening everybody.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.